Hello everyone, this is Afsar Ali. So in this video, we're gonna learn about Apple provisioning profile, how iOS app is being installed in your real iOS device, and how the provisioning profile works, how the certification, etc. work with the Apple, and how we can debug your app or IPA file. We'll talk more about that in this particular video, right? So let's get started. Okay, so in order to run or debug iOS app on a real device, you need to make sure the three things is being satisfied. The first one is you have access to run the app. The second one is app has access to run. That means a valid sign app. And the third thing is your device, the iOS device or mobile you are using has access to run that particular app. Okay. So what is meaning by the first one? You have access to the to run the app, meaning you have a valid developer account. And then second one is app has to be signed by a valid developer. And the third one is your device is being added to your by your developer in the developer account. All right. So we'll see in detail these three things, how this thing works. So let's understand why, first of all, why code signing in the iOS app. Why? The code signing makes the user feel safe while using the app, providing the app has been developed by a trusted developer. So you cannot download any app that is from unknown developers, right? They might have some kind of malware or something. So yeah, so to be in a safer side, you need to download an app from a trusted developer. Every developer or organization who want to develop iOS app needs a certificate from Apple to make the app. So this is most important thing. So Apple make it more secure. Okay, so if you want to develop an app, then you need to take a certificate from the Apple. Then code signing ensures that nothing has been changed since the developer signed the code, meaning there is no chance of an attacker changing the code base when it has been written by a developer. So that is the important thing of code signing. Okay, that means it's a wrapping up with a secure lock. Yeah, you can see it like that. Okay, so imagine how this thing works. So imagine this is your Mac OS machine. Okay, Mac machine, your laptop, which if you want to develop a particular app, okay, then you need to have a Xcode installed in your machine first. Then every Mac machine has a keychain access. All right, so if you see here, keychain access. So in here you need to first go to certificate and request a certificate from a certificate authority. So need to request a certificate if you want to create an app. All right. Then you will get an intermediate certificate first, and that certificate you need to upload into Apple development account. All right, so let's see how Apple development account works. So just sign in with your development account to developer.apple.com. okay, and in here you can see a lot of information. Okay, just go to certificate and identifiers. So whatever the CSR, the certificate request that you have created, you need to upload it here. Create new certificate. You need to select iOS app development if you are using for iOS app. Just continue and upload that CSR file here. And once that is being processed, and Apple will verify that, and you will get the certificate like this here, and you can download that certificate. All right. So once that is being done, maybe I can just see this one. So you need to download it. Okay. So once that is being downloaded, just double click on that certificate and it will be added into your keychain access. So that signing identity that will contain private key and public key, and it will also will contain information about your certificate, identifiers, and device ID, etc. Okay, in order to run in your iOS device, you need to have that certificate installed, the mobile provisioning profile. The next step would be the mobile provisioning profile. So we'll see those things in the later slides, how this thing work. In order to run any app that you created in Xcode, you need these certificates, your provisioning profile to run in this iOS device. So this is suppose your iPhone. All right. So you need to have those certificates. So let's see how we can get those and how this works. So this is the one, your team member created the development certificate private key into your keychain, and you build and sign the app. So once you sign the app, you want to deploy into your iPhone. So before that, you need to have this development provisioning profile, which will contain development certificates, app ID, list of devices. Okay, so in this list of devices, your device ID should be present in here, otherwise you won't be able to run this particular app. All right, your app launches on a device if, okay, every app has some mobile provisioning profile while signing, right? So if the app's bundle ID matches with the development profile provisioning profile app ID, okay, and the entitlement present in the app that matches with the development provisioning profile entitlements, and code signing development certificate matches with the certificate available in the development provisioning profile, and the device ID or the UD ID of the device matches with the development provisioning profile device name and device ID. So how we can get the device ID, etc.? If you're using a Mac machine and the iTunes, and your device is connected to your Mac machine, then just click on your device and here double click, and here you can get your UDID and the name. Okay, so this UDID and name has to be present in your mobile provisioning profile. All right, if this is this all criteria matches, then only you will be able to run your app into your device. All right, otherwise it will not run. So provisioning profile creation steps. So how to create the provisioning profile? Xcode has to be installed in your machine, and the intermediate certificate will be pushed into keychain once you create the intermediate certificate. Okay, then create a certificate signing request CSR. So CSR, how we can create, as I have shown you this from here, you need to go to here, then create a certificate. Okay, so that will create a certificate, then private key will be generated along with the CSR creation and stored in the keychain. Then CSR will be uploaded to the member center as I already shown you. Then Apple will verify everything and issue a certificate, and you can download it and double click and it will be installed in your keychain. All right, in your keychain access, you can see I do have some of the development profile is being installed here. Then download the certificate to your machine. Certificate will be pushed into keychain and pair with the private key to form the code signing identity. Okay, then the provisioning profile will be created using a certificate, app ID and device identifier, and downloaded by Xcode. Okay, Xcode will sign the app and push the provisioning profile into the device. So we'll see this step, how Xcode will push the provisioning profile into the device and how things work. We'll see in practical as well. iOS will prove if everything is correctly configured. That means that the provisioning profile should include the certificate you use to sign the app, your device UDID, and the correct app ID. Then you'll be able to run your iOS app. Okay, so from here, like if you go to that portal, the developer site, you can see certificate, identifier, devices, profiles, etc. So in here you can see in the certificate, as we uploaded the CSR, then Apple will provide you one development certificate. You can download that and you can install in your app in your Mac machine. Then go to identifier and just create profile identifier there, and here in the device section you need to add your device, right? The device UDID and the name. Here you can see the profile, and just then create a profile, mobile provisioning profile you need to create like this. Okay, so this is important. This profile need to be downloaded and installed. If you just double click and it will install. So if you see here devices, you can add multiple devices as well. You just have to write the name and the UDID. Okay. So what is signing identity? Signing your app allows iOS to identify who signed your app and to verify that your app has not been modified since you signed in. And the signing identity consists of a public-private key pairs that Apple creates for you. Think about public key as a lock mechanism, so you need to know the private key to unwrap, unlock, or decode the data. Okay, if you do not have a valid key or private or public key, then you will not be able to unlock that certificate, and your app will not able to launch in your device. All right. So what is public private key, CSR, and a keychain application? When you create a CSR or certificate signing request through the keychain access application, then the keychain application will create a private key and a certificate signing request file, which you will then upload to Apple. Apple will prove the request and issue a certificate for you. The certificate will contain the public key that can be downloaded to your system. After you downloaded it, you need to put into your keychain access. Just you need to double click it and it will be automatically installed into your keychain. All right. And then provisioning profile. So this is the most important thing. As a security measure, it is not possible to install an app on any iOS device by only using the certificate. You need to have a provisioning profile that must be installed on each device your application code should run on. Okay. So this is important thing. Each development provisioning profile will contain a set of iPhone development certificates, unique device identifiers, and an app ID. An Apple ID or app ID is a two-part string used to identify one or more apps from a single development team. So basically, the app ID or the bundle ID we use should be unique. All right. Okay, so let's see this thing, how we can run a particular app into a real device. You can see this is my Xcode I just launched, and I created one app called Daily News. So in this particular app, actually, you can get daily news informations. All right, so I am going to run this particular app into my real device. This is my real device that is being connected to my Mac machine, and I can also see that here using QuickTime movie recorder. Okay, if you just record this movie, you can see your screen here. All right, so I can see this, and I'm going to run this app, okay, into my mobile phone. Okay, here you can see my team name with my Apple account. I have signed in here, so you can sign here. If you go to preferences, you go to accounts, you need to sign with your valid developer account. Okay, just click on this plus button here and just sign in with the Apple ID, and you will be able to see your team here. Okay, once that is being done, you should have a valid bundle identifier. So this is the app ID. Okay, so once that is being done, you just click on the this build button. It might take some time, and I can see, okay, it's saying my device is logged. So now my device unlocked, but still it's saying this iPhone has denied the launch request, internal launch error, process launch failed, the operation could not be completed, unable to launch com.Afsar Ali Daily News. This is my app ID because it has an invalid code signature. Okay, it's saying the invalid code signature, inadequate entitlement, or its profile has not been explicitly trusted by the user. Okay, so this is the issue. So we need to trust this developer. Okay, whatever the developer, need to trust that. So go to settings. Okay, and go to general. Then you need to go to profiles and device management. Here you can see Apple development profile from my account. So click on that. You can say this app from the developer. Okay, this is my developer account, are not trusted on this iPhone and will not run until the developer is trusted. So we need to trust it. So click on this trust. Okay, trust now. Okay, so once that is being trusted, and I'll just run again, and now I should see this device will launch here. Okay, so you can see this is this device is now launching this app. Okay, I can see this app is working perfectly fine. All right, so this is how we can see. But here one more thing that I forgot is automatic manage signing thing. Okay, so before going to automatic manage signing, let's understand a little bit about mobile provisioning file that I downloaded from this step. Okay, from this step I need to download one provisioning profile. So that provisioning profile I can see in here. All right, so if I just expand it, you can see that its extension is mobile provision, mobile provision. All right, so here you can see there are a lot of information available: app ID name, app ID. Okay, and this is the app ID actually. So okay, so this is app ID, your team name, platform, then UUID. Okay, when it is being created, expiration date, and you have entitlement. And here you can see also keychain access group, some information available, and certificate. So it contains entitlement, it contains certificates, and also it contains all the provision devices. So all the devices is being added to this provision profile can be run from this Mac machine. Okay, because this all device is being provisioned to run this particular app. All right. So this is the provisioning profile, and then the automatic managing signing. So what is automatic code signing in Xcode? From Xcode 8 onward, Apple has introduced automatic signing of the app in Project Navigator General tab. If we select automatically manage signing and select the respective team, Xcode will internally manage provisioning profile and signing certificate. Okay, you don't have to raise a CSR, then go to the development Apple developer account, then download that provisioning profile, etc. So you don't have to do anything. This, if you have automatic code signing, then Xcode will take care of everything for you. All right, and yeah, you need to select from here. Then if you enable automatic signing, Xcode does the following thing for you. When you did create your signing certificate, register connected devices, create and edit app IDs, manages provisioning profiles, edit the entitlement and information property list, etc. And if you choose manual signing, then you will need to sign into your developer account manually and just do all the setups, right? So hopefully this diagram is now a little bit more clear, right? So you need to have provisioning profile. So provisioning profile will contain the list of certificate, the identifier, then device IDs, all right? And those device ID, like all the devices that you want to run. So all those device IDs will be present within the device ID. So once everything is done, then you will get a provisioning profile, right? Which will include everything. Right, as we saw, the provisioning profile here, which will include everything. All right, which will include your entitlement, which will include the certificates, which will include the provision devices. All right, so this whole thing will be included within this provisioning profile. So once you need to double click. So if you want to run your app, all right, or the IPA or APK file, not the APK, the IPA or APP file, then just ask your developer to provide you this mobile provision profile certificate. Then you just have to double click it and it will be installed into your keychain. So you don't have to do anything else. All right. So, but yeah, you need to make sure your device that you are going to run, that device is being registered into the Apple developer account. So you need to give the UDID and the device name to the developer who take care of the provisioning profile things, or the developer account. All right. So once you register your device, then ask your developer. He will give you this test. You can say the mobile provisioning profile certificate. Just install it and you are done. So you will be able to run your app into your real device. All right. Okay, so in order to run this particular application into with the APM or the automation, you need to have this bundle identifier. Okay, this is the bundle identifier that you need to use in your APM capabilities, and also you need to have your team ID. Okay, and the provisioning code signing identity, you can say. So we'll see those information, how we can use this code signing thing and the bundle ID to launch a iOS application IPA file or .app file, and how we can automate those things. We'll see in the next video. So thanks for watching and bye for now.